Atlantis Uncovered, drowning the deepest legends. Welcome, explorers of the unknown and seekers of truth, to another deep dive into the world of Mythbusters, the podcast edition. Today, we're not just tackling a legend, we're plunging into the depths of perhaps the most famous, most captivating, and most stubbornly persistent myth in human history, the Lost City of Atlantis. Tales of advanced civilizations, colossal destruction, and cities swallowed by the sea have fascinated us for millennia. But what do we really know about this fabled underwater metropolis? Is it a forgotten chapter of history, a geological anomaly, or simply a magnificent work of ancient fiction? Prepare to get wet as we separate the fact from the fathomless depths of fantasy. The myth, a utopia lost beneath the waves. The image of Atlantis is ingrained in our collective consciousness, a magnificent, technologically advanced civilization, possibly even utopian, with grand architecture, wise inhabitants, and untold riches, suddenly wiped from the face of the earth and swallowed by the ocean in a single, cataclysmic day and night. It's a compelling narrative, a warning, perhaps, of hubris and natural disaster. But where did this pervasive story come from? It's not a folklore passed down through countless generations of oral tradition. No, the primary and indeed almost sole original source for the myth of Atlantis is the ancient Greek philosopher Plato. In his dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, written around 360 BCE, Plato describes Atlantis in remarkable detail. He paints a picture of a powerful naval empire situated beyond the Pillars of Hercules, what we now call the Strait of Gibraltar. He talks about its circular design, with concentric rings of land and water, its rich natural resources, its sophisticated society, and its vast military might. According to Plato, the Atlanteans became arrogant and corrupt, attempting to conquer Athens and the rest of the world. As punishment for their hubris, the gods, led by Zeus, decided to destroy them, and in a terrifying cataclysm of earthquakes and floods, Atlantis vanished beneath the waves. Plato insists this was a true story, passed down through generations, originally from Egyptian priests. But here's the crucial detail. Plato used these tales as a philosophical parable. He was discussing his ideal state, Athens, versus a corrupted, imperialistic power, Atlantis. It was a didactic tool designed to convey moral and political lessons, not necessarily a historical account. So the core myth is, was there a real advanced city, Atlantis, just as Plato described, that sank beneath the ocean? Let's dig into the evidence. The investigation, hunting for hidden depths and geological truths. Over centuries, countless enthusiasts, adventurers, and even some academics have embarked on quests to find the real Atlantis. Their theories are as diverse as the ocean itself, spanning from the Caribbean to Antarctica, from the Mediterranean to the Sahara. But the Mythbusters' approach is about evidence. Let's examine some of the most popular alleged Atlantis sites and the supposed proof. 1. The Bimini Road, Bahamas. One of the most frequently cited pieces of evidence is the Bimini Road, discovered off the coast of Bimini in the Bahamas. Imagine yourself as a diver descending into crystal clear turquoise waters. Below you, stretching for hundreds of meters, lies a remarkably straight, seemingly paved path made of large, flat limestone blocks. To many, it looks uncannily like an ancient road or wall, too perfectly aligned to be natural. Could this be Atlantis' remains? Our investigation into geological records and expert opinion tells a different story. These perfectly straight lines of massive stones are actually natural rock formations. They are beach rock, formed when sand and shells solidify in the intertidal zone, later exposed by changing sea levels. The cracks that create the block appearance are typical geological jointing patterns. It's an incredible natural phenomenon, but it's not the work of ancient Atlantean architects. The appearance of deliberate construction is simply a trick of nature and light underwater. 2. Thera, Santorini, Greece. Next, we turn to a theory with more compelling historical parallels. The volcanic island of Thera, now known as Santorini in the Aegean Sea. Around 1600 BCE, Thera experienced one of the largest volcanic eruptions in recorded history. This cataclysmic event would have sent massive tsunamis across the Aegean, devastating coastal settlements, particularly the sophisticated Minoan civilization on nearby Crete. Many scholars suggest that this real-life disaster, involving a powerful island civilization destroyed by a sudden natural event, could have been the historical kernel that inspired Plato's Atlantis story. The parallels are striking: an advanced island civilization, sudden destruction by natural forces, tidal waves. It certainly aligns with the dramatic narrative of Atlantis. However, while Thera undeniably suffered a cataclysmic eruption, the Minoan civilization was damaged, not completely wiped out in a single day and night, and it wasn't swallowed whole beneath the waves in the same dramatic fashion. Furthermore, Plato explicitly placed Atlantis beyond the Pillars of Hercules, not in the Aegean. So Thera is a strong candidate for an inspiration for Plato's tale, a real historical event that could have fueled the imagination. But is it Atlantis itself? Based on Plato's precise geographical details, no. It's a plausible influence, but not the literal lost city. Other alleged locations. Over the years, theories have ranged wildly. Some point to the Bermuda Triangle, citing mysterious disappearances and underwater anomalies, ignoring the known dangers of the area's geology and weather patterns. Others suggest Antarctica, speculating about a lost civilization beneath its ice sheets, completely lacking any geological or archaeological basis. Even the Eye of the Sahara, the Richat structure in Mauritania, has been proposed due to its concentric rings, but geological surveys confirm it's a natural erosional dome, hundreds of millions of years old, with no evidence of habitation. In all these cases, the evidence is either natural geological formations misinterpreted by eager observers or entirely speculative, with no scientific backing. There are no credible archaeological sites that match Plato's description, no physical remnants, and no geological evidence of a large landmass suddenly sinking in the Atlantic Ocean in the time frame Plato suggested. The verdict: drowning the dream, understanding the truth. After meticulously examining the ancient texts, scrutinizing the alleged evidence, and consulting with geologists, archaeologists, and historians, we're ready to deliver our final verdict on the lost city of Atlantis. Was Atlantis a literal, technologically advanced city that sank beneath the waves exactly as Plato described? Myth busted. As a factual, historical account of a sunken, advanced civilization, Atlantis lacks any credible scientific or archaeological support. Plato's own writings strongly suggest it was a philosophical construct, a literary device, rather than a historical report. However, the enduring power of the Atlantis myth lies not in its historical accuracy, but in its profound cultural significance. It serves as a powerful parable about human ambition, the rise and fall of empires, and the consequences of hubris. It taps into our deep-seated fascination with lost worlds, secret knowledge, and the mysterious depths of the ocean. The story of Thera's catastrophic eruption provides a very plausible real-world inspiration for the dramatic elements of Plato's narrative, showing how real events can inspire timeless myths. So, while the fantastical city of Atlantis likely exists only in the realm of philosophy and imagination, the legends it inspired continue to fuel our curiosity and drive us to explore the mysteries of our planet. And that, in itself, is a powerful truth. Join us next time on Mythbusters the Podcast Edition. Stay curious, keep questioning, and remember,
Sometimes the greatest truths are found not in what we believe, but in why we believe it.